I am here today with the Ecovacs GOAT 2500. Now, the thing that I have to say is when getting this, I was excited because I saw all the good reviews, but in this review, I'm going to tell you, I think I've got a bad unit. And the reason for that is to use the Bluetooth. I literally had to be on top of this in order to be able to get the Bluetooth. If it got a couple feet in front of me, it would say new Bluetooth connected, things like that. So I'm going to say that I've got a bad unit. If Ecovac wants to take and send me another unit for evaluation, that's great. This one's being sent back to the place I purchased it from just because I've had nothing but issues from it from day one. The first time I got it out of the box. I set it up. I mapped my yard and it messed up. I went on to do a live and it was messing up on a live and people were watching live and saying, wow, that really doesn't look that great. But besides the Bluetooth, it was cutting. It'd take a cut a little bit, act like it was lost, then start cutting again, act like it was lost, start cutting again. The auto mapping of this was very, very nice to be able to do that because you can do it auto mapping, you can do it manually, or you can do it auto mapping. That was a good feature of the Ecovacs GOAT 2500. The cutting wise, the dual blade, this is my first time with a dual blade. The cutting wise, the cutting did a pretty good job of cutting. But again, this got to be about 70%. It stopped, went to another area of the lawn, cut a couple strips and stopped and said it was done when it wasn't done. It left areas of my lawn that were not cut, which I will add into the video as well. But for the most part, I was really disappointed. I saw so many positive reviews on this. That's why I think I got a defective unit. And I encourage Ecovacs, if you want me to go and come back and reevaluate this again, send me a different one. This one's going back with all of the units that I test and demo. I buy them myself and then I evaluate them so that other people can take and get a real world of what it is. I also do lives with these so that people can come in and ask questions real time and help with their decisions on what they're buying. But with the Ecovacs GOAT 2500, I posted a video of this right away after the first time I was doing my first live, and I had to stop the live. It was not that great. And I gave it a 3 out of a scale of 1 to 10. Now, after playing with just a little bit longer, I'm going to raise it up to a 4 because when it was cutting, it did a very good job of cutting, and I like that. Just the issues I had of it were not that great. If it got into loose soil or loose parts of your lawn, it was getting stuck, and that's a pretty strong, powerful thing. Now, I was using it on my neighbor's lawn who has a slope, and it worked on the slope really well that others failed. So that tells me that this has a lot of potential to it. But again, this is being sent back. If Ecovacs wants to send me one to reevaluate, I'm going to stress that. But at this point, I'm going to say that this was a defective unit that I got, just because of so many things that were there. I had to go through and to get my neighbor's lawn, which I use for testing. I've reset this 3 different times before it started working okay. And even then it got into a certain percentage of the lawn done, and then go off to another area of the lawn, mow a couple strips, and then say it was done. And it would leave spots in the lawn that were not attended to. And I mean, these weren't small little spots, they were big spots. The other part is when it came across tall stalks of grass. So single little stalks that you see that can be very annoying. If you're looking at your lawn saying, oh man, I hate those little things, it would avoid those like the plague, and it would not come back. And mow over them. But once it saw them, it avoided them. It didn't mow over them. It didn't do anything. I went in and adjusted settings. I did deal with support. Support set me some directions on what to do, and I followed them, and it didn't make a difference. So that's why I'm going to say I got a defective unit off of this, and I encourage Ecovacs, if they want me to go back and change my mind on this and reevaluate it, send me another one, and I'll go from there. But since I buy these and I evaluate them with my own money, I'm not going to go back and do it again unless they want to send something to me. That's just my final word on that. So on a scale of 1 to 10, I'm going to give this a 4. It came up from a 3 to the 4 because I was able to fix some things. But again, I go back to stressing, I believe I got a defective unit.